Hi, I'm Laura Hill and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about something I'm calling transactional relationships. So grab a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and let's take a few minutes to talk about the issues that affect women day in and day out as we navigate getting a little bit older and a lot wiser. So ironically this morning, I turned on the TV, it was on YouTube, and I saw Piers Morgan interviewing Kim Cattrall about friendship. That's really what they were talking about. And everyone knows Kim Cattrall, I think, from Sex and the City, the original women empowerment television show. I mean, these women own their fashion, their relationships, who they dated. Everything about them was fun and revolved around each other. Well, fast forward, and I know it's been all the gossip magazines for many years that the women had some kind of a falling out with Kim Cattrall. But it was interesting to hear her share her take on that television relationship. And this is what I got from it. That series was about role playing. And yes, the women got to know each other. And yes, she thought that they had connected, that they had truly formed a friendship over the years. But after the show was over and they all went their separate ways, she realized that what she thought was a friendship didn't transition to her new life. She didn't get a phone call. She didn't get a text. No one ever checked in on her when she had a new success in a new endeavor. There wasn't a message of congratulations and we're here to support you. And all the things that she thought would quite naturally transition from what they had shared for those many, many, many years. And it got me to thinking about a girlfriend who I've spent a lot of time talking to. She's someone who was in corporate America for a very long time, just left a very big corporate job. And she's been grappling with the change from going 100 miles per hour every day to now going 10, wondering about her what next, wondering about her value now that she is not in the corporate setting. But she's also grappling with what Kim Cattrall is grappling with. Those relationships that you thought meant more, maybe you'd invested years in them, maybe you shared family, travel, interests. But when you leave corporate America, those relationships, those friendships, what you thought you had with that person doesn't translate. You know, we desperately as women especially like to make connections, and I think we often think there's more to a connection than there truly is. And I think this is a great example of that, right? So you're working with someone, you're seeing them day in and day out. You have more than just an office relationship with them because you've gotten to know them for so long. Maybe they've shared some personal issues. Maybe you've shared some personal issues over the years, but there's trust, right? That's different than this transactional relationship because some people just see it as that little morning banter, sharing of family pictures may not have meant as much to that person as you thought it meant or as much as it meant to you. To them, it was a transaction. They were in the same career, maybe on the same career path, maybe they reported to you, maybe they wanted to be like you when they got to the top of their ladder. But the point is that they were investing because they saw it as a transaction. Not any different than any other transaction we have that we can define as a business transaction in our personal life, right? Investing in something, making a big purchase, signing a contract, right? You want to make sure that you have the best advice before you make that transaction with that person. But, you know, friendship, we want friendship to be different than that, right? We want friendship. We feel like we recognize a true connection, right? We see it, we know it. This isn't just business. If we didn't have to work together, we would still be friends. But at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of relationships in your life that are just strictly transactional. You're working together, you're getting to know each other until you accomplish a goal or until the dynamics in the relationship change and one of you moves on, maybe retires, leaves completely. And so I call these transactional relationships because there's nothing wrong with them. It's time well spent. But it does hurt us a little when the ones we thought would stand the test of time don't stand the test of time. And I know I have to look back at myself in particular. And I've talked before about being an elected official and the people that kind of circulate in your world when you're in a position of responsibility. And then as soon as you're no longer in that position, they move on, sometimes to the next person, sometimes to just greener pastures. So it's another thing that we grapple with, just taking that moment and being aware, are you truly connecting, or is this just a transactional relationship? And they can be great relationships. You can get a lot out of them, but it doesn't mean that it's going to stand the test of time. Well, thanks for stopping by. I hope you'll click like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the channel. Take care.